Well, get your flippers and your snorkel and your mask on because we're going under the sea. This is the 11th annual Clinton County Senior Celebration held at the Crate Memorial Civic Center, just north of Plattsburgh on beautiful Lake Champlain. This is May 7th, 2004. I like the Under the Sea theme. Every year they have a different theme here, as you know, and they'll try to follow through on that theme throughout the day. We've been here before, and we came here this morning just as the gates opened and the doors opened at 9 o'clock, and we're going to try to have some fun interviewing the various organizations that are represented around the perimeter of the Crate Center. I can't tell you how many events, including sporting events, we've covered inside this facility, which has had interest for local people for many, many years here in the North Country. We invite you to stay with us as we talk to the folks who are here, listen to a little music in the background, and find out what it's like to celebrate life for the senior citizens of Clinton County. We thought we'd walk around the perimeter of the Crate Memorial Civic Center today and talk to some of the people who are gathered here with presentations for the seniors. And we thought we'd say hello to Hannah. I can see your first name.
Yes, I'm Hannah Hastings, and I'm the Administrative and Marketing Assistant at Saranac Village at Will Rogers.
We don't know much about it, so just make believe we came in here and said, Hannah, what is it all about?
Sure. Well, we're an independent living community in Saranac Lake. We offer 3 meals a day, housekeeping and laundry services, transportation, maintenance, activities, 24-hour staff, and we have an emergency response system. So we are independent living, but we do allow residents to contract aides to come in and help with bathing, medication, all those needs that we can't provide.
How long has it been around, Hannah?
We opened in 2000. So we refurbished a building that was used for TB patients in the 20s. And
is this the building we're looking at over here?
Yes.
Isn't that incredible architecture?
Oh, it's a beautiful building. It's been completely renovated, so we have state-of-the-art emergency response, sprinkler system. It's perfect for the residents.
Right. So it's been around for 4 years.
Yes.
How many residents?
We have about 70 residents, 70 apartments, and they range from studios, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and suites, which are 2 bedrooms, 2 baths.
How did you become contacted with this organization?
Sure. Well, I worked in Saranac Lake during the summers, and I started at Saranac Village at Will Rogers doing an internship for college, and after I graduated, I got hired back. So.
Where are you originally from?
I'm from Dickinson, New York.
Of course. Everybody knows where Dickinson is. The thriving metropolis
Yes.
of Dickinson and Dickinson Center.
Yes, exactly.
So where'd you go to school?
I went to Keuka College down in the Finger Lakes.
Oh, that's a neat place to go to school.
Yes, beautiful area.
You graduated and
Yes.
came back to this area?
Yes.
There are a lot worse places to work and live than
yeah.
Saranac Lake. You
Oh,
know.
it's a beautiful place. The building is beautiful. We love our residents, so I really enjoy working there.
Well, how do people get in contact? First of all, they'll come along today and register and talk to you, and you have brochures to hand out.
We do. We also have a website, saranacvillage.com.
Everybody's got a website.
Yes. So we love doing these kind of events, going out into the community, talking to people, and letting them know what we have to offer.
Well, welcome to Plattsburgh, and good luck in everything you do, Hannah.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for chatting with us.
No problem.
It's warm inside. I have to tell you, we're recording this on the 7th of May, 2004. I got up this morning, it was 59, 60 degrees, and by the time we got to the Crate Center at 9 o'clock, it felt like it was 40 below with the wind whistling outside, but it's a warm day inside, right?
Yes, it's a very warm day inside.
Who are you?
I'm Kathy Wachowski, the Senior Program Director at the YMCA.
We're delighted to be here with you today. Tell us what you're going to talk to seniors about today, Kathy.
Well, we have an exercise program that's supplemented in funding by the Office of the Aging, and it allows the seniors to come to the YMCA 4 days a week for a gym exercise class, aerobics exercise class, and they can do some aerobics and use of weights. We use weights in the program, and just have some time with other seniors, a good time. I take them also on trips. We just were over at Ben & Jerry's in Vermont to see the Ben & Jerry factory.
And I missed that one?
Yes, you did.
Oh, Oh, man.
It was a good time, and we have a good time with all our seniors that come into the program. Also, you'll see this afternoon at about 12:15 the seniors that perform line dancing at the YMCA. They range from age 60 to 88, and they just like to have fun. This is their big annual event, and you'll see them having a good time out there. They say they're not always in line, but they're having fun while they're line dancing. And they're called our recycled teams, is what they go the name by.
You know, seniors are more vital and energetic and young acting and healthier than they've ever been before, thanks to programs like yours. And we take great pleasure in spotlighting seniors and seniors issues. It's interesting because just a couple of days, we're recording this on the 7th of May 2004, and in just a few days after this, I'll be heading to Albany for a summit on seniors issues. And I've been chosen to represent this area to talk about some of the things that happen to seniors in terms of victimization, because I work as a crime victims advocate.
Yep.
But we do care about our seniors, and they're a wonderful group, and sometimes they put the younger people to shame.
Yes, they do, and you'll see that this afternoon with the line dancers. I also want to mention that New York State has a senior Empire State Senior Games. They start on the 8th of June, go from the 8th through the 13th. I have 11 seniors that'll be going with us down to the Senior Games this year. And anybody that's interested, give me a call. There's still about 24 hours to get the applications postmarked if you wanted to go this year.
What kinds of events do they do?
They have shuffleboard, bowling, cards. No, we don't. They don't do bingo. No bingo. They have, oh geez, put me on. Track and field events.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, there's some awesome race walkers and bowling. I said bowling though, but just different events. One of the people, the 88-year-old that you'll see up land dancing, will be there cycling and swimming. So
I told you, embarrass the younger people. Go ahead.
She is just awesome. So come out and see us.
Don't you? You know, you read stories and see television and newsreel clips of seniors. People like Jack LaLanne, for example, that are still towing boats in his teeth, and I don't know what he's doing.
Yep.
And it's amazing. And every time people talk, I have these floods of memories. And my mother died many years ago, but one of the highlights of my life was to pick up the telephone when it rang and hear my mother laughing on the other end, telling me she won gold medals in the Senior Olympics
Games
for bowling, and then describing it like she was 20 years old.
Yeah. It is
a wonderful experience for seniors.
It is a very neat time, a very enjoyable time, and they need to come out and do it. More people from Clinton County need to come out and do that.
Well, you know, think about YMCA. There's nobody watching this program who doesn't know what the YMCA stands for in a general way. It's got a wonderful history, not only in the nation, but here in Plattsburgh.
Yes, it does. It goes back for several years. And I'm actually new to the program. This is just my second year here.
Really?
So, yeah, but I really enjoy working with the seniors. You can't find a better bunch of people to work with.
So people will be stopping by throughout the day, and you'll be here.
Yes, and I'll tell them all about the program that we have there. Anybody interested in joining the Y, I have information on that too.
Terrific. I told you I wouldn't embarrass you, Kathy.
No,
Thanks so much for talking with us.
Thank you for having
us. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You know, the past comes back to haunt us every once in a while, and a great piece of my past is the late Ben Everest, who worked with me in the radio business and in so many different things in the community, and we lost him at far too young an age, but guess who's carrying on the tradition? A guy who's head and shoulders above the rest of us. Benji, how are you?
Good morning. How you doing, Gordy?
Delighted to be here today and to be with you, and we see you. You're everywhere, like Chicken Little with Entertainment Unlimited.
Yeah, behind the scenes, a lot of places, yeah.
I bet you a lot of our viewers don't know when that started. Your dad started that. Do you have any idea what year?
Well, our business is going on its 25th year, so...
Is that incredible?
Yeah, long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you just decided to keep on doing it.
Yeah, we really did it. Everything is annual, so we just kind of stayed in the events every year and been growing ever since, so...
What kinds of events do you do? I see you at a lot of the charity events.
Yeah, we
like
do.
this one, but
Yeah, we do a lot of charity things, a lot of the walks, the CF walk, a lot of things for different organizations around that call for just a PA system, instrument music. And then we do a lot of major events like the Mayor's Cup every year for the last 5 years.
Oh, that's coming up.
Yeah, we're very
we're doing
excited
this in
about
May,
that.
so that should be an exciting week.
Yep, yeah, that'll be really good. And we still do some small parties. We play music for parties, maybe some weddings once in a while and things
School
like
dances, no, yes.
that. A lot of school dances. Actually, we have a lot of proms this season. Yeah, so
This is one of those businesses of opportunity, so you don't get too many weekends off, do you, Ben?
no, and I pay for it in my personal life too.
I understand how that is, but I know, you grew up in the radio business where people worked 60, 70 hours a week and never gave it another
There you go. Yeah.
thought. So that's your destiny, whether you like it or not.
Yep, for sure.
But the business has come a long ways in the last 25 years. You have tremendous equipment. Even before your dad died, you had light shows and all kinds of things. You still do that?
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of grown into a little niche up here where there's things that I never knew existed for business opportunities. And, we do light shows for hockey games. We do theater production. And now music and festivals is really a big deal now. So there's a lot of business there, too. So, it's worked out pretty well. We've kind of grown as the business has grown. So
I think you ought to get hooked up with fish in the Northeast Kingdom. I hear they're coming. Yeah,
maybe another 25 years we'll grow that big. I don't know.
Do you have a website? Are you on there?
No, actually, we our business now is right at the point where we can't actually do any more business. I mean, it's coming in at the rate that we need it, so a website would kind of be futile. We have an address that we mail out information if people call us, but that's basically it. So,
Benji, I told you we'd keep it brief, and I did. Thanks so much for
Thank you,
talking
Marty.
with us.
Good to talk with
Thanks
you.
so much for carrying on this great tradition.
Okay, thank
See
you
you
very
later.
much.
Ben Everest Jr. Well, the program you can hear in the background on the public address system, and we're going to walk around the perimeter of the Crate Center talking to some of the people who are here, like Wayne Evans and Steve Bowman. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
Are you getting your feet wet at that organization now with Veterans Affairs here in Clinton County?
I think I've gotten my feet pretty wet. I'm getting quite involved in a lot of the different issues, so.
There's a lot to do, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
As we were recording this on the 7th day of May, we're looking forward to the celebrations down in Washington, D.C. at the end of this month, and here at the Legion in Plattsburgh, finally doing something to really spotlight the World War II veterans who were losing at the rate of about 1,000 a week, I think, from what I hear. So it's about time. A day? 1,000 a day? So 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 a week. So I think it's time, don't you, Steve?
Oh yeah, it's high time that we recognize all our World War II vets for what they contributed to our country and its history.
We haven't talked to Wayne on camera since we did a little tour of your office.
It's been a long time.
What, maybe 3 years ago? 4 years ago? 5 years ago? How you been?
I've been busy. I've been doing this job now, as you probably know, for 16 years.
Is it 16?
16 years. And we're busier now than we were when the base was here, if you can believe it. We thought our workload would actually drop off when they closed the base and everybody moved out. But for some reason, we're busier now than we were then, producing more cases, winning more, fighting more, because every time there's a legal change in the VA regulations, it makes our job a little tougher to try to find ways to win cases when they're denied. So it's a very complicated job.
I'm sure a lot of people who are watching this who aren't veterans or haven't had veterans in their families have no idea why your organization is even there and what you do in the normal course of a day, Steve.
That's probably true, but we deal with so many different benefits for the veterans, that not only in medical and their service-connected disabilities, pensions, and everything else, that it's a full-time issue, and we're lucky that we're staffed in an office where there's 4 of us, but for some days we could use more.
I'm really surprised to hear that you're busier now than you were when the base was here. That
surprises a lot of people. If you could sum up what we do into a sentence or two, our office is responsible for assisting veterans, widows, and dependents with obtaining and maintaining their veterans benefits. Of course, we expand on that sometimes outside the VA benefits, but that's primarily what we do. People don't realize what it takes to become a veterans counselor. You got to be part doctor, part lawyer, part social worker. You got to know the Medicaid, Medicare systems. It's unbelievable. And Steve he started even before he was appointed, learning the job. And he's been there now since January 1st legally. And he just got back for training. He was with 7 or 8 other new county directors across the state. And they were bragging that they've already done 1 or 2 cases since January. He says, that's nothing. I do on an average of 3 a week now. So it just tells you.
Isn't it amazing?
One other statistic, in all of New York State, the 62 counties, Clinton County has the highest percentage of claims won per the number of veterans in the whole state. So that's
a nice little feather in our cap.
Yes,
huh?
it
That's
is.
something very nice about our office.
I always thought we did things a little bit better anyway.
Yep.
Sure we do.
Yeah, and it
So
does speaks well for the counselors in the office.
The Veteran Service Agency, by the way, is located on the first floor of the Clinton County Government Center at 137 Margaret Street. The door's open all day long. People can just stop in or make appointments if they need to.
Well, we don't really do appointments
You know?
because we have 3 counselors and a program aide. The secretary now has been upgraded to a program aide. She can do some of the minor cases, but we do have 4 people available.
Just walk in the door.
Just walk
Yep.
in the door. We're open from 8 till
Can't
5.
beat that service.
No, you can't. We're open from 8 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday.
We got a lot of brochures and forums, and there's always new stuff to learn, isn't
There
there?
is
Always.
always.
It's always changing.
Thanks, guys. Good luck with everything you do.
Thanks,
Thank
Marty.
you.
See you later, Steve. Wow. Torie Bobby, I believe her name is, according to the schedule. That's good. I thought that was a recording until I finished with Wayne and Steve and turned around. Whoa, that blows me away. Not that I love country music or anything. She is very, very good. I don't think I've ever met her before. Have you, Calvin?
No, I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
He was the last man on earth. Gave him everything she ever had. He'd break her spirit down, then come looking up on her. Give a little, then take it back. She'd tell him about her dreams. Just shoot him down. Lord, he loved to make her cry. You're crazy for believing you'll ever leave the ground. Said only angels know how to fly.
You know, it was a little difficult to tear me away from the stage. That was a beautiful performance, and it's so nice and refreshing to come in here and hear young talent from the North Country. I had never heard her before, and I apologize for that. I must be out of the loop. But anyway, we have a lot to do and a lot of people to talk to and a lot of things to find out about today, not the least of which is JCEO, and it wasn't very many months ago when we did a tour of the facility, right, Julie?
Yes, you did. You got to meet all of our programs and all our program directors. Our program here featured today is the Senior Outreach Program.
First of all, let me say your name is Julie Stalker.
Julie
You've been with JCO for a long time.
Yes, I have. I've been actually the coordinator for this program approximately 2.5 years. So
Is that possible already?
I know it seems like yesterday. I just got
Still
the
a
position.
teenager.
I like to hope so, that I'm still a teenager, but not really.
Well, I'm sure there are seniors out there today who want to know what the program's all about.
Okay. Our outreach program is where have an outreach worker that will come and visit you in your own home and talk about the programs that are available in Clinton County available to seniors. We assist them with referrals, filling out paperwork, helping them make sound judgments on what they might need. And we have other programs that we offer to assist seniors, such as our Rural Transportation Program, which is a program that transports seniors to and from medical appointments free of charge. We have volunteers that do that on a daily basis, Monday through Sundays. So whenever, if you need a doctor's appointment, we have a volunteer we can hook them up with. Another program we have is our telephone reassurance and friendly visitor program. That is a program where volunteers will visit seniors in their home or call them on the telephone and give them an outside link to the outside world. Another program we have is our Senior Care, Senior Repair program, which offers seniors, individuals who will help them with maybe minor repairs, housework, grocery shopping, just things basically around the house. And I believe and our other program is our OWL program, which is our Older Workers Linked to Employment. That program offers a employment registry for seniors who might want to go back into the workforce or refocus their career, and it gives them like a contact that we can hook them up with to maybe get their foot in the door into agencies that are available in the county.
We mentioned before, Julie, how seniors are healthier, more vital, and they live longer now than ever before. And many people, when they retire from one field, still want to make a contribution to the community. And this is a good way to do it.
Yes, it is. We accept volunteers daily. We love to have volunteers, keep people active. That's one thing that we do promote here. We also promote independence and maintaining that. So that's one good thing about JCEO.
I'm so glad we came here today. We spend a lot of time talking about seniors and seniors issues, but I don't think the average citizen has any idea what a wonderful network of organizations we have in the North Country that are geared towards seniors issues. And JCO is one of them.
Yes, it is. We promote seniors big time. We like that.
Julie, thanks for talking with us. Have a great day.
Thank you for talking with me. It's great. Thank you. Enjoy your day and have
You know
fun.
we will. We're stopping to chat with as many organizations and representatives here at the Senior Celebration 2004 as possible. And this microphone and this camera took us to the Tri-Lakes Home Medical Equipment Incorporated. Who are you?
My name is Jim McLean. I'm the store manager of the Plattsburgh location.
Jim, where are you from originally?
I'm from Plattsburgh.
With that name, I imagine you would be.
Our first store started out in Saranac Lake, and that's where the Tri-Lakes came from.
Yeah.
And we've branched out to Saranac Lake, Messina, Malone, and here in Plattsburgh.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm impressed. And you stayed home the whole time, or did
Yes.
you have to make the route?
No, I've stayed home the whole time.
So tell us a little bit about the organization for people who don't know.
Well, we deal in respiratory therapy, oxygen nebulizers. We also do home health products, reachers, canes, crutches, wheelchairs, rollators, lift chairs. We carry a huge line of that. And we welcome everybody to come up and visit us at 79 Hammond Lane next to Dr. Weber's office.
Oh, is that everybody's on Hammond Lane
Yes.
these days? Isn't that amazing?
In June 28th.
I remember when it was a swamp up here.
Yes. And in June 28th of this year, we're moving to our new location. We're very excited about that, across from Asia Buffet up in the Airport Plaza.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes. It's a bigger location and
More room?
a lot more room. We've outgrown where we're at, so we're pretty excited about our opening up of our location up there in Airport Plaza.
How many people do you have in your organization here in town?
Here in town we have 5 people. We do local billing right here in our Plattsburgh location for all of the stores. And we're a small locally owned company. We have a total of 15 employees. So we treat everybody as part of our family. So
Very, very interesting. Thanks so much for chatting with us, Jim.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Right on. We caught her. Torie Bobby,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm doing great.
I have to tell you, you blew me away. I've never heard you sing before. I didn't know you existed. We were doing an interview, and I thought there was a record playing, and turned around, and there you were.
Ta-da!
Where have you been?
Pine Mountain.
Is that where you're from?
Yes. Yeah. I've been there for, well, my fiance and I have been there for about 5 years now. So.
Well, tell us a little bit about how you got this amazing stage presence, and you're just terrific. I was in the radio business for 36 years, and seldom do I hear such great local talent. So I'm very impressed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been singing since I was 3. Actually, when I was younger, I had major stage fright. My mother would make me get up and sing, and I just could not do it.
That's kind of hard to believe after what we've seen here today.
Well, you know, about the age of 18 in high school, I decided I was ready to do it. I was ready to let people know. So I try to do events like this and get people to hear me, and hopefully that one right person will hear me one day.
You haven't made any CDs? Or?
I have made a couple of CDs, nothing that I can distribute and have copyrights to. It's basically karaoke music that I love to sing for people. So I give it to friends and family. And
see, karaoke is a relatively new invention in terms of my experience with performing. But it is a good experience.
It is. It is. And the more the people hear you, the more they want to hear you. And it leads to bigger, better things sometimes.
So growing up, you're saying all the time.
Saying all the time. I performed dance for 10 years down in Albany.
Did you really?
Yes. For Merritt's Dance Center. Very popular dance center down there. So.
And then you moved back?
Then we moved up here in 92. So I've been pretty much singing, no dancing up here.
So where do you think this career is going to take you? You're a young person. The sky's the limit.
Sky is the limit. I don't know much is going to happen here in the North Country. It's kind of, you got to pack up and leave to go to Nashville if you want anything major to happen. So that's a big choice I got to make, and I don't think I'm ready to make that yet.
So, you know, you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you can make many career choices in your life, but you do have an amazing and wonderful talent.
Thank you.
And everybody who was standing around, their mouths were open because many of these people, I'm sure, have never heard you sing before, Torie.
Yeah.
So have you? Are you singing at regular events now? Or?
Trying to. Mostly, you know, karaoke contests, stuff like that. I'm going to be doing auditioning for the Mayor's Cup Idol again. Last year I was the winner, so I got to go audition again.
Oh, see, so, I should have known that. I'm too far out of the loop these days. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it was a great feeling. Great.
So do you have some performances already booked for the summer besides that?
No, I mean, I do weddings, I do funerals, stuff like that, but nothing that I have a schedule for.
I can tell you're great at country music. Is that your preference?
It is my preference. I do like to challenge myself, and I do some Christina Aguilera and Kelly Clarkson.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah. That's where the good vocal ability comes in.
How about writing?
I've attempted it, but I tell you, it's hard. It's hard.
Have you written a few songs?
I've tried writing, but, you know, to get a full song that makes sense, you got to be a poet pretty much, you know, to have a good song, something that somebody's going to listen to.
Do you like to imitate other singers, or do you think you have unique qualities? But
I have unique qualities, but I'd have to say I go more towards Martina McBride.
Do you really?
She's very powerful.
I can tell that
very
your
real.
last song, yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Would you like to meet her someday?
Oh yeah, sure.
Wouldn't that be a golden opportunity?
Oh, definitely.
I'm always interested in where people think their talent and their creativity comes from. Did you have family members who encouraged you?
I have a lot of Well, I have a mother and a couple of aunts that sing.
Really?
Yeah.
So there was always music?
There's always music. Always something with music going on.
And you were born and brought up where?
Down in, it's called Schoharie, down near Albany area.
Sure. And then came up here in the early 90s.
Yep. My dad and mom's family are up here, so.
So you live now in Lion Mountain?
Yes. Yep.
On top of the world.
On top of the mountain.
A stone's throw from Standish. Well, you know what? I won't put you on the spot anymore, but we're going to watch you.
Mm-hmm.
We're very, very impressed with your talent.
Thank you.
I wish we had more global influence. Our little television show is seen around the North Country, but I can promise you that people, when they see this, will say, as we did, wow.
I hope they do. Say
Good
wow.
luck in everything you do, Torie. Thanks for
Thank
stopping
you.
to talk with us. Thanks for being here at the senior
Thank you.
celebration.
Thank you very much.
Torie Bobby. Yeah, I should mention, Torie just did a magnificent job on the national anthem. We're always impressed by local talent, and I'm just blown away by this young woman's talent. And those people who do want to get a hold of her, she told us that her telephone number is in the book. This program is shown often into the future. I didn't want to give her name on the air because somebody else might own that telephone number later on. So Torie Bobby is her name. You can find her in the telephone book in Lion Mountain. Somebody will direct you in her direction. Oh, we got kids behind us. Don't be afraid. Nobody fell off the stage. We're here to talk about the senior prescription plan. Who are you?
My name is Candy Rivera Whitehead, and I am from the New York State EPIC program and an outreach representative.
Tell us a little bit about the program. It sure is in the news these days.
Yes. Well, New York State EPIC is a program that has been in existence now for 17 years. It has currently over 320,000 seniors enrolled in EPIC that save about an average of 80% or more on the cost of their prescriptions. There is an eligibility, so it's not for everybody. They have to be 65, a resident of New York State, single with an income less than $35,000, married with an income less than $50,000 combined. But if they're eligible for EPIC, it is a wonderful, wonderful program. And seniors that are on the program, you find anybody that's on it, they tell you they love it because the savings is so great.
It's hard enough to grow old, but it's very complicated when there are so many issues to talk about. And by watching television, listening to the radio, and reading the newspaper, you're getting information from so many sides. But it behooves seniors to study about what this is all about because it can help them in so many ways, right?
Oh my goodness, yes. And this is a wonderful opportunity because I'm here, I have the EPIC brochure. Not only that, but I probably should tell people at this point that there's a lot of things in the news about the Medicare discount card. People that are currently enrolled in EPIC really need to wait till they hear from EPIC because EPIC is not going away. We're still going to yes. EPIC is not going anyway. You don't have to get the discount card if you don't want to, but there's a certain group of people that will benefit greatly from getting the discount card and maintaining their EPIC. So for those people that are interested, they need to call Epic and find out whether or not they're one of those people, if they haven't been notified already.
They can reach Epic on a website too, right?
Yes, but I don't know the website. It's so long.
Well, I bet you if they type it into their favorite search engine, it'll come up.
Right. What I would probably do, the easiest way is to call the toll-free number, 1-800-332-3742, okay? We have trained representatives, and guess what? They're going to speak to real live people when they call this number.
Isn't that refreshing?
And yes, it is. And they will be able to give them the website right there on the phone if they want to go on the website, because they can also get the application on the website.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you. I'm enjoying myself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I belong to
Just to give you an idea, those were the youngsters from the Clinton County Head Start program. Those are the kids who will be at this celebration in 60 years or so. You can count on it. We love them, the little kids, the big kids, the older kids. And we stopped at the New York State Electric and Gas booth.
That's right.
Who are you?
I'm Doug Perkins, customer advocate.
Glad to have you here, Doug.
Thanks.
Oh boy, so many changes in your business over the last few years.
This last year has been a big change.
I bet you it has. So tell us a little bit of why you're here today and what you hope to tell the seniors.
Okay. Well, we have a program called, right here. A whole bunch of programs that are for seniors. And I'm the customer advocate, and I deal with the elderly, blind, disabled customers. Folks that have trouble paying their bill or on fixed incomes. We help them pay their bill, find out where we can find some money for them, or cut their bill down by energy conservation and other things. And also, we partner with JCEO and other community action agencies to help people conserve on their energy bill, button up their house, put some insulation in, get new refrigerators, all kinds of stuff.
There are so many programs and so many organizations to help seniors in the North Country. The average person is not aware of them. That's why we came down here today to talk to some of these groups.
Good.
Because there are some people who are seniors who work their whole lifetimes and are doing rather well and can retire with grace and a couple of bucks in the bank. There's some people who don't for one reason or another who really need this assistance.
Yes, they do.
And that's where you guys can really help out.
Yeah, and I'm also on the committee in Essex County for elder abuse. So because I'm on the front line, sometimes we can catch some stuff that might be going on with abusing of elderly. So we can turn that into an agency and get help for them.
We're so delighted to talk to you. I work as a crime victims advocate here in the probation department.
Very good.
And as I mentioned earlier in the program, we've got a summit on elder abuse coming up on the 10th, 11th, and 12th in Albany, and I will be there to represent this part of the North Country to try to get our legislators thinking about new legislation to help the elderly. And it's in some ways it's a forgotten population when it comes to elder abuse and crimes against seniors. And as I've learned in the 7 years I've done this business, the elder population is a vulnerable population.
Sure.
And they can get ripped off and hit and injured and be exploited financially in more ways than the average young person believes.
That's right, yeah. And I've had some incidences that I have saved some money for people and turned in some that one was prosecuted and she'd lost over $100,000 before it was caught, and I happened to just be at the right place at the right time to help catch it.
We've, just to spend a moment on this so we can point out to the seniors who might be watching and to their children and grandchildren and others, they can be exploited in so many ways. They can be injured psychologically and financially and sexually and all the other ways that young people can. But this population is vulnerable because they're sometimes lonely.
Yes. Yeah.
And they might turn over the ability to write, the legal right to write checks and take care of business to a family member. Sometimes the family members are not as scrupulous as they can be.
Right.
Greed is a tremendous factor.
Yeah.
And I've seen a number of cases at the level you mentioned, $100,000, $200,000, $500,000. Telemarketers prey on them. These bogus lottery schemes from Canada and other countries. I don't mean to pick up Canada, but some people are getting ripped off for tens of thousands of dollars on a regular basis. And these are very often our friends and neighbors who are too proud to say anything about it.
Yeah. That's one thing about NYSEG. We have people that do the meter reading. So we have somebody there at the house every other month. And they can pick up on some of these things that might be going on to help out the elderly.
Talk about the front line of defense. Those people are at the homes and they can see that things aren't quite.
Yes. Yeah.
See, so many people working behind the scenes. I'm so glad we stopped here to meet you today. You deal with seniors every day?
Every day. Every day. I keep a log, and I probably talk to at least 5 seniors, but I also deal with folks that are on health support equipment.
Oh, you do?
That might be on oxygen 24 hours a day or something like that. And we want to make sure that they don't lose electric by, if they get a notice of non-payment, then we try to find out what happened or find them some help so they don't fall in arrears to the point where their electric gets shut off for non-payment.
How did you personally get involved in this program? Have you worked for NYSEG for a long time?
Yeah, actually, I worked for NYSEG for 30 years, and I retired last April, a year ago. And the work was, they didn't hire somebody to take the job, and they called me this past fall and wondered if I would be interested in coming back. So here I am again.
Isn't that amazing how that works?
I know.
You thought you were going to be on a beach somewhere.
Yeah, right. Or go fishing or something, you know. But it worked out good.
It's good to use all that expertise and experience to help people, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Because when I came back in, I could pick right up where I left off because I was only off about 11 months. And I was able to pick up some of the stuff that had been let go because they didn't have people covering it. You know, so it was good to come back.
Well, it's great to talk to you and great to have you here. And thanks for being an advocate for seniors. That's a good thing to do.
Okay.
See you later.
Thank you.
We're making our way slowly around the perimeter of the Crate Center, talking to the organizations that are represented here at the senior celebration. And you're Jessie Bailey?
Mm-hmm.
I can read.
Oh, good.
Jessie, I don't think we've ever met.
No, I work at Meadowbrook Healthcare. I'm a social worker there.
How long have you been around here?
About a year and a half. Me or Meadowbrook?
You. I know
about
Meadowbrook.
A year and a half.
Where are you from?
Saranac Lake.
How many people have we met from Saranac Lake today?
I live in town now.
We've met so many people who have at least spent some time in Saranac Lake and came down to Plattsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter Sharon, when she got out of college, worked at Meadowbrook Healthcare as an activities director for a long time, and now she's a psychologist working at Plattsburgh High School.
We have a wonderful activity department.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing here today.
Oh, we're raffling off a chair.
That's a nice chair.
Adirondack chair.
Yeah.
And we're giving away a little scrubber that could probably be used for just about anything.
So talk a little bit about Meadowbrook.
Meadowbrook is a wonderful place for long-term care or short-term care rehab. We have a 200-bed unit. Staff is excellent. Very comfortable place to work. Warm people. The residents have a wonderful quality of life.
I see a lot of people who are undergoing surgery here at local hospitals who go there for rehab.
Right. Usually we try to get people in rehab and out by 20 days. We have an excellent rehab department, PT and OT. And we try to get them rehabilitated and out back to where they lived before, whether it was at home or with family.
For those people who might be watching this program Meadowbrook Healthcare is located on North Prospect, right?
Right. 154 Prospect Ave.
For some people who may not be familiar with the Plattsburgh area. And you've been there?
I believe we have a website too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Everybo's got a website these days.
I know.
Well, there's a lot to learn about these facilities, and Meadowbrook has a long tradition here in this community. I don't know how many years, but a long ways back.
Well, probably 27, 28 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's growing every day.
That's terrific. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Well, I'm glad I'm here. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye. King Neptune is here. How are you, Frank?
I'm doing well. Gordy. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderfully well. I should have known you'd play this role today.
Well,
you've been under the sea enough times yourself.
It's only get out twice a year. See, wintertime it's Santa Claus. This time of year it's King Neptune.
I was going to come up with some joke about under the sea and under the table. We've been there together a few times.
Yeah, I can remember. You look up, what's that thing up there? Oh, it's the bottom of the table, okay.
Well, I guess there's no denying that we're both senior citizens now, right, Frank?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure what I'm going to be when I grow up.
Yeah, I know. You may have to
grow out.
You may have to find another barber, though.
You're looking good, Len.
I'm trying.
Is Atkins doing it for you?
Yeah, Mr. Atkins. Good. He's dead. He doesn't know when he started. So what's new in your life?
Weather wax.
What the heck is that?
It's not when you wax the weather, but it is a replica of an 1850 sailing ferry built in Essex County for $250,000. Brought up here at great expense because they were like, they went to the Transportation Museum and they asked me would I accept the challenge of trying to make it work. And we got it fixed. It had a 3-foot hole in it.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it's planked with 1 3/4 material.
1 3/4?
Yeah, I had to go back in my archives, my metal archives, remember how to caulk a wooden hull boat.
Oh my!
But we've got it ready to launch on Tuesday, and once she's in the water, she's licensed by Coast Guard. We're going to do trips to Crab Island, daily trips to Crab Island, a number of them.
No kidding!
On
Wonderful.
Sundays, we're going to go to Valcour Island Lighthouse from Peru Dock. And we're going to do sunset cruises. Go to Crab Island and watch the sunset.
How big is it?
It's about 45 foot, holds 25 people. And we can do food, bring your own food, bring your own beverages. It's going to be a fun time.
Has it got diesel engines or what?
No, it's got a 25 horse Merc Bigfoot motor.
No
which is a 4-cycle Merc, very expensive motor. And it's got a sail.
Oh, it's got a sail.
Oh, yeah.
So it would have been originally a sailing ferry?
Originally, this boat, the mast is stepped off to the port side. You'd sail it to shore, let the ramp down. People get off. The horse and buggy gets off. You swing the boom tackle around to the stern and bring the steering oar back and sail it off. The bow becomes the stern. It's a double-ended boat.
Isn't that amazing?
It'll be a unique experience. Good opportunity to get off the beach.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that, and you're gonna put it in the water and
on Tuesday.
Guaranteed it won't sink.
Guaranteed. I've got pictures of it out by the desk where you come in, right under the Sam Houston plaque.
We'll try to take a look at it on our way out. That's a great idea. You're gonna stick with it every day, or?
Oh yeah. I'm dedicated to it, and it's the Transportation Museums, and I'm an employee at that point, so. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a good opportunity for people who can get to Valcour Island Lighthouse.
Well, we've talked so much about Valcour and about Crab Island over the last couple of years. It's nice to see these places finally getting the recognition they deserve, you know?
Yep. I finished my book. It's at the publishers.
Oh, is it really?
Yep. And it's the tale of the 1759 cannons, the 1776 cannon, and the 1814 anchor, as told from the eyes of a sailor who was on board.
Oh, I love it.
Well, it establishes the item and how it got there, which is usually left in a void.
How long is the book? Is it pretty big?
No, it's only about 15,000 words. I counted them 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I heard from my good friend Wayne Bay that he's maybe writing your autobiography.
He's done a spectacular job on that. And, you know, I read it, I say, oh, geez, I forgot about this, this, and this. So he's got to go back and insert various parts.
I sent him a few pages of email with my own recollections, some of which we can actually use.
Oh, the days of country music and going to Montreal. Oh,
we have had some fun here.
Brownsburg, Quebec. That's when we went.
You know, I was in one of our favorite local restaurants talking with Art Pierce the other day, and I was thinking about Blanche and how you first came up here with.
Yeah.
Down at, where is that, Westport?
No, Elizabethtown. She married a fellow named Abbott Bradford.
Oh, yeah.
Had Bradford's restaurant, which was like a bed and breakfast, and they turned it into a good-sized restaurant, and then they folded it, and Ab passed away, and Blanche come up here to meet Art.
Just a lot of water over the proverbial dam since those days.
Her son, who was my closest buddy when I went to Korea, he just passed away. So,
really?
Yeah. Yeah.
And here we are again. We're still here, still together, still doing our own thing.
Good Lord doesn't want us yet, Gordy. We still must have something to do.
Frank Pabst, thanks for stopping for a minute.
Gordy Little, it's always a pleasure.
Have fun, buddy.
Take care.
Say hi to Annie. Everything, man. Angie La Marianna, how are you?
Great.
I don't know what you're doing at a senior celebration. You're just a young cub.
Next year I get in free.
Oh, no, you have to be 90 to get in free.
No, I'm going to be 90 in November.
No way.
Yes. 1914.
That was a good year.
That was a good year.
Where were you born? I never asked you that.
Where was I born?
Yeah.
I was born in St. Albans, Long Island, Queens.
No kidding, in Queens?
Yes, it's next to the last town in New York City.
Went to school there in Queens? You grew up there or what?
I grew up in Queens, yes. I went to Newtown High School in Elmhurst. Do you know, you've heard of Elmhurst?
Of course, been there a long time.
Well, that was the predecessor to the School of Performing Arts and Sciences. And that's where Toscanini and Walter Damrosch and all used to come and conduct our orchestra. We had, believe it or not, 9 orchestras.
You've got to be kidding.
No, and when I was a sophomore, I was conducting one of the orchestras.
You got your inspiration for music as a small child then, right?
Well, I started when I was 5, so, and I also, my dad took me fishing when I was 5, all in the same week.
Fiddling and fishing.
And fishing, and here at 90, I'm still doing them.
Still doing both.
Yeah. Last week I played the concert in tribute to Sam Tucson.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Isn't that
the
wonderful?
Senior citizen.
Well, that's kind of bittersweet for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
What a sad thing.
I miss him.
He went doing what he loved to do the most, didn't he? And you were fishing with him that day, right?
We were talking about him, and he said, God grant. He wrote a poem about a month before he passed on. God grant that I die fishing and with a rod in my hand, and he did.
Isn't that
It's just amazing. It's one of those things that he must have had a premonition, I believe. But he was a great man. You knew him, of course.
Of course.
He was a great teacher, too. He took care of the disadvantaged.
Well, you know, we were talking earlier today about a trip that Kay and I just took to Hawaii. But every time we get back to the North Country, we look at that beautiful river behind my house in Morrisonville.
Yes, it's a great river.
Take a look at our fabulous Adirondack Mountains and say, this is a pretty special place we live in, isn't it?
It definitely is. It's God's country.
And you've been up here for what?
1955.
Come on.
Yeah. It'll be 50 years.
Very close to 50 years. Right. The year I graduated from high school. I didn't meet you till the early 60s, and you were working with the local orchestra then, right?
Yeah, both. The orchestra, the College Community Orchestra and the Junior Symphony. I had them both. I started them both. No, I'm very proud of that.
That's wonderful.
The North Country's been wonderful to me. It's a great place to live, as we both know.
You know, who would ever dream that Angie La Marianna would still be here in 2004, still walking around teaching fishing and
I'm
smiling.
still teaching.
Are you really?
I'm teaching fly fishing, and I'm teaching how to play the violin, viola, cello, and bass. Ask our Asaduri and Dr. Lubick.
May you still be doing it 10 years, 15 years from here.
Well,
Who
good
knows
Lord
what
willing,
life is going to
no,
do for us?
we don't
you
know. But life's been good, especially in the North Country.
It's good exercise walking in the rivers, isn't it, huh?
It's good therapy. A lot of people who have bad knees, they ought to try, ask their physician about water therapy, and fishing in the river wouldn't be an advantage to them.
You walk a lot of places, though, don't you?
I don't drive. I walk all over.
I see you trucking up the sidewalk, and I would have a heck of a job to try to keep up with you.
Oh, no.
You love to walk fast, don't you?
Yeah, being very much. That's my normal gait. When I was with the 505 Parachute Infantry, I was the shortest fellow by far, and I had to learn to match their stride.
So
I developed a 30-inch stride. So
Did you?
there was really something there.
I love it.
I trampled all over Europe.
Dr. Angelo Marianna, our dear friend for all these years, thanks so much for everything you've done.
Thank you for everything you've done. You've done a great deal for the North Country.
But you've done a lot to inspire young people, and this guy's a lot younger than you are, but I would love to do 1/10 of the things you've done in your lifetime.
You've influenced more than I have, though.
Here we go. You stroke it, and I'll stroke it. Have a great day. See you later,
too.
Ange.
Thank you.
Good to see you. We never know what we're going to end up with when we start. We got a little music, we got a few speeches, we got a little bit of this and that, and now we're going around to the booths to see what's going on. So we stopped at this one. Experience Works. Who are you?
My name is Bud Van Lent. I'm the Field Operations Assistant for Essex County. I also deal with other counties too, and I'm up here today to participate with this senior meeting here.
Tell us a little bit about this program.
We are a federally funded program that comes under Title V of the Older Americans Act. And what we do is find employment for people 55 years of age and older through a training program. We enroll these people into a program for training and then move them into unsubsidized employment. And that's primarily what we do. And our success rate is pretty good, I have to admit.
Well, you know, it's a tremendous segment of our population now, people who are 55 and older, and many of them can still make a contribution.
Very true, and it's becoming more and more that the older workers are in demand because of their reliability and their work experience.
We just talked with a gentleman from New York State Electric and Gas who retired. 11 months later, they called him and said, "Can you come back? We got a job for you."
We have a gentleman right over here. He's wandering around here somewhere. He's 94 years old. It was in our program for quite a few years.
Come on.
94. He's here right now.
You know, I was just looking at some of the stuff you have here, and I see this very famous poster of who is she? Rosie the Riveter? Was she back there in the Second World War? We needed you then, and we need you now. We can do it.
This program was originally funded by Lady Bird Johnson and President Johnson there to fund. It was an agricultural deal to start with.
Oh, it was.
And then it became, for the older Americans, and it's progressed now to where what we do is put people 55 years of age or older into a training program to get them ready for unsubsidized employment.
And it works.
It works.
Obviously it works. That's why it says experience works. Huh?
That is very true. Yes, it is.
Give me a little bit about your background, Bud.
Well, my background, I worked construction most of my life. I retired from construction. I took a job with the Schroon Lake Senior Citizens as CEO of the Senior Citizens Club. I was there for 7 years. I joined Experience Works after I retired and took my Social Security because I needed something to do.
Yeah, don't we all?
Yeah, and my first position was overseeing people that had community service to do through the town of Ticonderoga. And then I graduated from there up into the position that I'm in today, and like I said, I'm a field operations assistant primarily for Essex and Hamilton County.
So how many hours a week do you spend at it?
I usually work on the average of around 24 hours a week. That's what we're supposed to be working. You're laughing.
I know how it is. I've been down that road before too. But there are a lot of good.
I enjoy working with the older folks, and I'm one myself, and so I know what it's all about. I've been there, done that, and it gives me great pleasure to put one of these older folks to work because they can certainly use the extra money that they get from our program.
Did you work on major construction jobs, or were you a local contractor, or what?
I worked on highway construction first when the New York Thruway was coming up, and then I went into a building trade and worked on industrial buildings.
Did you? You worked on some big ones up here in the North Country?
Well, and mainly in the southern part of
Oh, you did?
the southern Adirondacks. I worked down there mostly. Yeah.
That's great. Well, here we are today, and we both feel good, and that's an okay thing, right?
Very glad talking to you.
Thanks for talking with us. Have a great day.
And you too, and thank you for stopping by.
Just to remind you, in case you just turned on your television set, we're at the senior celebration on May 7th, 2004 at the Crate Memorial Civic Center. Familiar place for us, but maybe not familiar to some of our viewers. It's been the home over the years for many different things. Right now, the senior celebration is held here. Matter of fact, it's been held here for quite a few years. I have no idea how many. Has it? This is the 11th annual. I guess I said that in the beginning and promptly put the program in my pocket and forgot about it. Now we're going to talk about the Plattsburgh Housing Authority. Who are you?
I'm Jen Lamberton, and I'm the Senior Service Coordinator at the Plattsburgh Housing Authority.
And did you get recruited to come here today, Jen, or did you say, I'll go, I want to go?
I said, I'll go, I want to go, because I work with the seniors at the Housing Authority, so it's a good day for networking, and it's a good day just to get out and see everybody and laugh and just have a good time.
You know, that's what Calvin just said a few minutes ago, that it's a happy place. Seniors don't just sit and rock anymore, do they?
No, they don't.
Sometimes they rock and roll.
Yes, they do. It's wonderful.
Let's talk a little bit about the Plattsburgh Housing Authority. I know a lot about it, but many of our viewers might not. So what do you do on a regular basis?
I'm an advocate for the seniors in the Housing Authority, and I help to provide services. It's kind of like a link or a liaison between the community and the seniors, so then they know all the services and what's out there. And if a lot of the things I don't know, I will get the information for them. So.
You work out of the office right here in town, or where do you work?
Yes, I have an office at Barnard on Flynn Avenue.
Okay, there are several offices, one on Oak Street, right?
Yes, and that's the main office.
Robert S. Long apartment.
Right, and that's the main office of the Housing Authority. And I do have an office in there, but I also work out of the Flynn Avenue office.
So what do you do with seniors every day?
What do I do?
Yeah, do you help the seniors that come in and need housing, or do you deal with the ones that already have housing?
I deal with the ones that already live in housing, more so than anything.
How much senior housing does the Housing Authority have in Plattsburgh? Can you tell me that?
The Plattsburgh Housing Authority has about 230 apartments.
That many? Wow.
Yeah, we have 3 senior high-rises, but I'm not sure of the amount in this city because there are other senior high-rises.
How did you work your way into that job? What did you do before that? What did you do before that?
I worked at Catholic Charities previously.
Really?
Yeah.
You've been doing this for how long?
About 3 years.
You live here in town, Jen?
Yes, I live in the city.
That's great. Obviously, you enjoy your work.
Yes, I do. I love it.
Nice to be able to help people, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's wonderful. It's a nice reward.
Thanks so much for talking with us.
You're welcome.
You're a good spokeswoman for the Housing Authority. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Well, it doesn't seem like that many weeks ago that we had the RSVP Bowl-a-thon.
That's true, Gordy. We're happy to have you there as one of our MCs.
Every year, it's so much fun, and I interviewed Benji, Ben Everest Jr., because Entertainment Unlimited is always there. And Amy was there doing it this year, and it's always so much fun.
She sure was, and it always adds so much to the general mood of the Bowl-a-thon.
We should tell everybody who you are.
I'm Sandy Sexton, Director of the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, and proud sponsors of the RSVP Bowl-a-thon.
Sandy, how long have you been with this program? It seems like at least a few years.
A few years. I've been director 9 years now.
Is that possible?
Hardly seems.
Wow. What did you do before that?
Before that, I worked with some different nonprofit organizations. I was with WCFE for a while and the Council on the Arts. So,
Well, this is a good program that some people watching may not be familiar with. I don't know who they might be because RSVP has been here for a long time, but let's talk a little bit about it. What do you do on a regular basis?
basically, we provide volunteer opportunities for seniors to be involved in their community. And we're always looking for more volunteers. We have dozens of different kinds of activities. So almost anything that people would like to do, we can match them up with an organization that needs their help.
And it's such a valuable resource. The seniors, we used to actually count how many volunteer hours there were in a year for RSVP. I have no idea what that is anymore.
We last year they gave about 46,000 hours of service.
Think about that.
It's a tremendous contribution. It really is.
How many seniors are involved?
We have about 300 in Clinton County, all over the county. Busy as bees.
Is the bowl-a-thon's a pretty big deal for you every year? It's always so much fun to be there.
It is our major fundraiser, and of course we get some grant funding, but it's very important for us to have the support of the community in an event like the bowl-a-thon.
And you have an annual banquet every year, don't you?
We do. We recognize our volunteers, have a nice lunch, get everybody together, give out awards, have year awards that we give for people who have been with us, like 5, 10. We have had somebody last year who's been with us since the beginning, 30 years.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. It is.
And every year you give, is it the Homer West Award?
The Butler Award is ours.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. That's like a very special volunteer for.
I think Homer West got the award way back when.
I think he did. Yes.
That's why his name stuck in my mind.
Yeah, it's been. We've given that award for years. I can't remember when it started, but a long time before my time.
A long time ago. How do people get in touch with you besides stopping by here at the senior celebration?
Well, they can give us a call at 566-0944, and we'll be glad to send them out a packet of information. We're located in the Russell Barnard Apartments, so they can stop by and see us too.
Sandy, it's great to talk to you as always. Thanks for everything you do.
Well, thank you, Gordy.
Have a great day.
You too.
Those people who know Calvin and myself and who watch this program often know how interested we are in history. Yes. And so we're delighted to stop at a booth for the Clinton County Historical Association. And who are you guys?
I'm Ken Ray.
I knew that.
And I'm Ralph Rusano.
What a team.
Yes, what a team.
You got to do a little song and dance routine?
No, that we don't do.
No, we sell books.
You got some neat stuff here today. Tell us what you guys have been doing lately.
Go ahead, Ralph.
Well, we're in the midst of packing for our moving day to the new museum at number 3 Cumberland Avenue, which we should hope to be there by July 4th weekend.
It's a lot of work.
It is quite a bit of work, quite a bit. But we take it in stride, yes.
You've been putting stuff together for the move for a while now.
Quite a while, and I go way back to the Kent Lord days as well.
Oh, I know. How well we know.
Yeah.
We had a few interviews there at the Kent Lord house. So you're going. Let's give them a little bit about the history of the place you're moving to. That was a gift.
It's a home that we inherited from Miss Sally Warren. She bequeathed it to the museum, and that will be our home for the next few years until we can get a location at the air base.
I know you do have some long-range plans, right?
Yes, we do have some long-range plans. Ken, what have you got to say?
Well, not too much, only that I'm tired. Tired of packing, tired of moving.
Yeah, what's going on with the books here today?
Oh, well, this book, briefly told, we've been giving it away to the senior residents that mostly are from the area that would understand about Plattsburgh from the 1700s when it first was chartered to be a town.
That's an Alan Everest book
Everest
that
book,
actually
right.
was first published in 1984. I think.
Right,
That's
right.
correct. That's correct.
Then we've been trying to follow up on what our community meetings will be coming about. And some of our plans and goals for the museum in the future, hopefully that, we can get memberships, a few more memberships, and people being interested, volunteers.
The museum, when I first came to Plattsburgh, the museum was located on the 3rd floor of the Plattsburgh City Hall.
That's how I remember when I first came.
Which is a beautiful auditorium now, thanks to City Clerk Keith Herkelo. And then it moved to its present location and has been there for a while now.
Yes, that's right.
That's a historic building that you're in.
It is. It is absolutely a historic building. I feel that we are moving ahead with the move that we're doing. It's got historical significance, and it's in a better area. That's how I feel.
That's a pretty famous street down there, too, that you're moving on.
Oh, yes, Cumberland Avenue, yes. I think that's one of the loveliest streets in Plattsburgh, really.
A big part of Plattsburgh's history. You brought photographs with you today. The City Common Council, 1976, 77.
That's correct.
All these.
A lot of the old timers recognize the members of the City Council. I myself do not, but I've heard quite a bit about these people.
I got a kid, Jack Stewart, about the suit he's got on there, boy. I'll tell you, look at that. Mike Haley, John Stewart, George Poitras, dear friend of mine, Peter S. Blumet, who did more for the kids in this area than almost anybody, Bob Burke, and Father Roland St. Pierre.
He was the mayor, I believe.
He certainly was the first priest ever to become a mayor here in the city of Plattsburgh. Smoked pretty good cigars. They did smell a little bit, but
smoked quite a bit of cigars, yes.
And Bob Griffin.
You remember this gentleman?
Oh, and Leander Bouillet, who was still the mayor here when I first came to work here, building on the airbase. Hard to believe. And then Jack Terrell after that for a long, long time. So, and you brought historical books for people to look through.
Photographs of Plattsburgh in the earlier times, and we feel that the senior citizens love to look at photographs.
We've done many, many shows with a good friend of ours by the name of Ron Venn on Bailey Avenue. And Ron takes the old pictures and then takes new pictures
in the same area.
And people love the now and then. And we've had people call us, "That's my house." I said, "How come you didn't say that we used to live there in 1942?" That's right. So you got a lot of wonderful photographs at the museum, don't you?
Oh yes.
Just great old businesses and Salada tea. I can even tell it upside down.
That's right, yes.
That's great. Oh, old cars. Oh, yeah. Miner's home. Look at this. Oh my goodness. We got a lot of great history around here, don't we?
We certainly do, yes. That looks like an old hearse.
That's Lizard's, their hearse in Altona when they first got the business of being in the mortuary business.
Isn't that amazing? In the Lizard's garage.
Right.
Oh, I love it.
That was a funeral, mind you, that he was conducting.
Oh my goodness, look at the school and the old cars.
And a train wreck too.
You know, Calvin by himself and with Bob Venn and myself have done an awful lot about railroads. Talk about a history of the North Country. Where would the North Country be without the advent of railroads?
That's right. I am a railroad buff myself.
Are you really?
Oh yes, I belong to the National Historic Railway Association, the Delaware and Hudson Historical Association. I enjoy it, just to read up of the old times and the old days. Well, I just enjoy that.
It's a big part of who we are. Now they're moving the rail yard down by Dock and Coal, and look at this. That's it. Great stuff. Wait a minute, I've been here. Where is this? Abnaki. Oh, what? That's not Loon. Is that Loon Lake? I'm trying to remember. That's deja vu. Does that look familiar to you?
I'm not sure, but if these photos are all identified, I think we've got a show or two to do right here, Gordy.
I think they will, yeah. Oh, look at this. You know what? If you guys will promise to do it, we'll do a whole program on these photographs.
Oh, that would be
Have you
lovely.
have you got more than these 3 books?
Have we got books?
And they're all identified. They're all.
And whatever is not identified, we can identify for the future.
Oh, look at he got. You guys have to promise. You're getting us all excited here. Early baseball teams. Here we go. Clayburg Summer Camp. Look at Scioto West Shazy Chat. Oh boy. Oh boy. Look at this.
Well, I think I know what we're
One-
doing for the next several months, Gordy.
We're going to do a series of programs with you guys. Just doing the photographs because people love photographs.
I'd love to see you come down to our new home and do this.
When do you hope to get all moved?
July 4th weekend, we will be open at our new place with a very large exhibit and display. July 4th.
It's going to be great. Sally Warren would be proud. She was a fine lady and a good person. And look at this. Oh, I love it. Oh, you're getting me all worked up here. This is, I love old vehicles. Look at this.
A dealer's showroom.
Right here in Plattsburgh.
Right in Plattsburgh.
Oh, my. We're just whetting a few appetites.
All this and more coming soon to Hometown Cable.
Coming soon. Don't forget that we said that. If we don't call you, you got to call us because these photographs alone will make several good television shows for us. You guys are wonderful. Thanks for talking with us today. Good luck.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for stopping by.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
I think Smokey Rapidu and the band behind us playing that good old time music, and boy oh boy, the memory banks just start working real good. When I stop at a booth that belongs to Clinton County Cooperative Extension, I was on the radio here for 36 years, and for many of those years we had regular daily and weekly reports on the air from Cooperative Extension, and once a year somebody would come in and bring the mason jars, and we'd tell people how to can and talk with people who would call in to tell us that why their pickles were better than anybody else's pickles. And Cooperative Extension has been a big part of this area and the rest of our state for a long,
It's a real community-oriented agency.
I noticed that. What's your name?
Tammy McCarty. I work for the Eat Smart New York program here in Clinton County, and this is Pat Nicum, and she works for the Clinton County Cornell Cooperative Extension as well. And we do the basic food and nutrition program, and we work with limited income families, from the family that's just starting, teenagers that are pregnant, all the way up to the senior citizen population.
How long have you been doing it?
October will be the start of my 5th year with Cornell.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
The agency itself has changed a lot over the last few years, and certainly over the last couple of years.
Right.
Has your program been in existence for a long time?
Cornell itself has a lot of different programs that they offer to the community, and Eat Smart New York itself started probably six years ago.
So tell me a little bit about the program itself.
What we do is we go out and we work with families. We teach them basic food and nutrition, basic budgeting. If they have skills that they actually want to enhance or learn, we do that. I'm trying to think of some of the other things that we do. We do get-togethers like this, where we let people know that we're out there and we're available for different things. And we go into schools and we work with youth, and we try to get as many of the skills that need to be learned to be independent, to be able to provide for yourself, and to take and enhance skills that you may already have.
How do families get referred to you?
They actually can just call our office. It's 561-7450, or actual agencies that are out there can refer them to the program.
We network through the other agencies also.
Yeah.
Don't we all, though? That's why it's a pleasure for us to do this. All these agencies working together for families and seniors and kids. We're so lucky here in the North Country to have all these resources. You have not only a charming smile, but very good smoothies here.
Oh, thank you very much.
You were cooking.
We've come a long way from the pickles, haven't we?
I think you have. What were you making for people to sample here, Pat?
Well, we've used some yogurt and milk, berries, something to do with the frozen berries that are coming out nowadays. Also, we would like to promote with the seniors a higher calcium intake to make sure they're getting their calcium for the day. So we're kind of honing in on that in a fun, delicious way.
How long have you been with this cooperative extension?
6 or 7 years now, since the beginning of the Eat Smart New York program.
So what do you do on a regular basis?
We go out and we teach or share our information in different areas in the community. And I love it when people ask me that because it's different every day.
Is it really?
It is, the different groups we work with.
Just meeting different people. It's
so
challenging
fun.
and interesting.
It is.
You know, we spend a lot of time promoting this area because we think it's pretty special. Both of us have been around here for a long time. Calvin for his whole life, and me for my entire adult life. And, you know,
food is a good common language that we all have, so it's wonderful.
I've talked that language for a long, long time. Mr. Atkins has put a little damper on how much I talk about food these days. But anyway,
We won't go there.
you don't have to go there. So are you from this area, Pat?
No, not originally. I'm from Virginia. I'm Southern.
And I'm from this area. I grew up out in West Jersey.
There you go.
How does a Virginia girl end up in Plattsburgh?
The base.
There you go. We talked about the former Plattsburgh Air Force Base.
Well, my dad was in the service, so I actually came to New York through the Rome Air Base and migrated up here to the beautiful.
You've been here for a while. You've been here a long time.
20 years, yeah. It's beautiful.
We're going to call you a native whether you like it or not.
Well, it's the longest I've been anywhere, so I call this home.
Do you still have a lot of family in Virginia?
All over the place. Families migrate a lot.
They do these days, don't they, right? Yes, they do. All over the place. Well, we're delighted that these two reticent ladies finally talked to us and explained their program. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful day.
Enjoy your
afternoon. See you later. Bye-bye. Guess what the last interview of the day is going to be? Right here near the front of the Crate Center, we're going to talk about the American Red Cross. Where's Jeannie when we need her, right?
She's very busy.
Oh, I know. The Red Cross is always very busy. We've done so many wonderful interviews with members of the Red Cross at peaceful times and at times that aren't so peaceful. Every year when I was on the radio, we did a special series for and with the Red Cross, the executives and the board members, because it's been such a vital part of our community for a long, long time. And we're back. Who are you?
I'm Jessica. I do the Lifeline program.
Oh, see how important it is for me to start with the Lifeline program, because I can tell you stories about Lifeline that even you haven't heard because you're just so young. It's a great program. Tell us what it's all about.
The Lifeline program is an emergency response service. It lets seniors live at home more secure. They have a button that they wear around their neck. The button is waterproof. It works 200 feet from the unit, so it works pretty much within their home and around their property. If there's ever an event that they need any sort of help, all they have to do is push down on the button that calls a Lifeline operator who's there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So it assures you that they will get help no matter what time of the day it is. And we cover all of Clinton and Essex County.
And there are first responders.
Well, there are 3 responders, usually family members or neighbors who live within 5 minutes from the subscriber who has Lifeline. If the Lifeline operator is not able to get a hold of any of the responders, then they would call the ambulance to come over to see what's going on.
You know, we did interviews with New York State Electric and Gas, and we've interviewed mailmen who help out. And, you know, you have to recruit the services of a lot of different people when you have seniors who live alone.
Yes, and we also have volunteers who help out with the Lifeline program, so because it's a large area that we cover, so it's a really community-based program where everyone sort of pitches in. Even the responders are volunteers because they're agreeing to help out with the program as well.
When Lifeline first started many years ago in this area, I referred a friend of mine who was then in his 90s in Morrisonville. They went to his house and they called me up and said, we can't put Lifeline. His telephone dates back to 1933. We got to get a modern telephone line, and I'll never forget it. This old guy had one of the old telephones that weighed about 35 pounds in his house. He eventually got his lifeline.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and it has saved a lot of lives. There's always wonderful stories to tell about Lifeline.
Yeah, and it also gives a sense of security, not only to the person who has Lifeline, but to the family members, knowing that their family members would get help if anything does happen.
How many do we have operating up here now?
Somewhere close to just above 1,000.
Come on.
Around 1,000.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's a growing program, and we still get tons of applications daily. So.
That's great. You're nodding a lot.
I agree with everything Jessica says.
I know you do. Who are you?
My name's Marilee Mincer, and I'm the Fund Development Coordinator.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. What is your job, Marilyn?
It's actually a brand new position that was created this year, actually last year in October. And my job is to build awareness in the community about the different programs that are available through the Red Cross. Donor cultivation, which is just really getting to know who gives to our organization and thanking them, making sure that they are thanked, because without them, our organization wouldn't survive. Except thanking the volunteers and really working with the community to develop and expand the Red Cross.
The Red Cross has a mission around the world, and when the Air Force Base was here, of course, it played a vital role. My connection, having been in the radio business all those years, was tremendous. Every time there would be a fire, the Red Cross would be on call, and there would be somebody who could organize instant help for those victims of fires and notifying military personnel around the world. The Red Cross has always been there, and I want to thank both of you for your contributions today and every day with the Red Cross.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
They weren't nearly as shy as they made out that they were when we first came. You know, I got to tell you, the senior celebration for 2003 Under the Sea has been a tremendous success for us. 2004. The 11th annual senior celebration for 2004 has been a tremendous success. 2003 was pretty good too. You know, time flies when you're having fun. Anyway, it's been a lot of fun. Thanks to all the people who contribute to this day, who help to plan and decorate. The music is wonderful. We met a lot of our old friends and many new friends today. We've learned a great deal about the tremendous network of organizations that help seniors in the North Country. We're so blessed to have so many dedicated people who care about our senior citizens. We thank you all for joining us in our program today, and
our apologies to all the booths we didn't visit. A lot of them were busy, some didn't want to talk to us, but we just don't have time to see everybody.
Yes, I just want to say that we did stop at several booths where people said, under no conditions will I allow my face to be seen on television. And so we honored those wishes and went around and talked to as many as we had time to do today. It's been great fun, and it will continue throughout this day. And whenever you're watching this, think about our senior citizens and what an important part they are. We're approaching Mother's Day here in the North Country, but anytime you're watching this program, you can think about your moms and dads and your senior citizen aunts and uncles and what they mean to you and to our community and to the future of our great nation. Thank you all for watching, and who knows where we're going to be next time.